Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another One Piece manga review. We're giving it to you early. Look, me and Christian, we working here now, baby. We on the ball. We back, and we got something else planned for y'all coming probably like on Sunday. But we're here reviewing chapter 1034, Sanji versus Queen. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Christian Hollinger, as always with these manga reviews. Christian, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man.
It's a good day. It's a good day. Like,
yes, sir.
I'll say these past two One Piece chapters, and you could go before then, of course, but these past two in particular are some of the best we've gotten in Wano overall. Like, these two are great in terms of what we've been wanting from Straw Hat growth. And you sent me an interesting text that I'm gonna wait and let you bring up, but just seeing this is everything we wanted from Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro this whole time, and we're finally getting it. And I just love this chapter.
Yep.
How you feeling? Just initial real quick before we get into it.
Like, I'm gonna let you cover most of the Sanji stuff, but as we were kind of talking via text, this for me solidified a lot of things that I was waiting for Sanji, especially in reference to Whole Cake Island.
Yep, general.
That I almost had to whatever that fisherman was that Sanji was putting the moves on.
Watatsume. Yeah. No, you going all the way back underwater. Yeah. I can't think of his name, but no, 100%.
I mean, his name.
We've talked about Sanji and made his character. Honestly, in terms of Straw Hats, and I know we love Zoro, like just in terms of look, how he's developed him.
I've got a tweet that I still haven't put out yet. It's in my drafts, but I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what I was talking about today. If anything, in my opinion, Zoro is more of a stagnant character than Sanji is. And Luffy is definitely a flat character in the same way that...
Not Zoro. I'm sorry. That was disrespectful. More so than Goku. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, I mean, yeah. That too. I'm just saying, like, when you talk about like flat characters from MC standpoints, you're dealing with Luffy and Goku are very pure people. They change people around them more so than them changing. And the gist of what I was trying to get to is that Sanji is probably one of the most relatable Straw Hats
in the whole group. Yeah,
goes through the kind of struggle Zoro, I'm not trying to put him on a pedestal, but it's like the dude almost never doubts himself. He always, criticizes himself. He's never satisfied. He's always working hard. It's like, who really does that? It's like
he's the perfect side character. Like he's
the perfect side character. So it's like he's someone to strive for, but you can actually see yourself in Sanji.
Yep.
You feel his pain,
and I think that's why he's always been my favorite Straw Hat. When you ask me my favorite characters of One Piece, obviously Zoro and Luffy are right fucking there. When you ask me my favorite character, it goes Sanji and Law tied at 1, and then Luffy and Zoro are right under them at 2A and 2B. And that's no disrespect to them. It's just like what you said. You can see yourself in Sanji, whereas those dudes are just straight buff monsters. Like they are monsters. Where Sanji is a human that is trying to figure out how to be a monster in a sense, and has human issues. But this chapter was absolutely incredible. So was the last one. Real quick, just because, and I know we'll probably talk about this more so in next week's video because there's not going to be a chapter. But boy, I think I texted you this, or we might have talked about this before the last video, but episode 1001 was better than 1000 to me. Like when they showed Luffy swinging through that building in gear forward, and then in the anime confirmed it. He's Nika. They called him. He looks like a sun god or a flame god, whatever they call fire god. That's what they said. Hirogoro. What an episode, bro! And I also loved how X Drake had green hockey. I thought that was such a beautiful twist.
I loved it.
I loved all of that.
Like, this is where, to me, the One Piece anime came out.
It's changed.
In my opinion, when it got to Wano, when they were giving Luffy like the Kaioken aura,
but it makes sense now.
First time, now it makes sense.
Yep.
But again, I didn't get the impact that 1001 gave me with X Drake and Luffy, where I know that like specifically that Kong gun that Luffy used was not like him going and really going all out, right? Because the Kong gun that he probably used against Kaido was stronger.
It's completely different, yeah.
He used against Doflamingo.
Red Rock was different. It's stronger than that Kong gun, yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously Red Rock, but I mean, like, I think
in general,
the Dressrosa Kong gun against Doflamingo
was
probably stronger than this. But regardless, the fact that they gave X Drake similar like explosive impact really put the weight on X Drake is still a supernova. Yes, he's a Marine. Yes, he may not be necessarily at the top of the supernovas,
but he's up there.
He got similar portrayal to Luffy at the same exact time. It looked like it was observation hockey because he was like, oh shit, I'm out of hope. Then he was like, oh, I remember Luffy. Luffy was right there. Let me run out here. Let me body this number right quick and immediately plead
join his thought.
After showing that I've got what it takes to be here.
And honestly, for the first time in all of anime, I gotta give Toei their credit. Because at least in Shonen, I haven't seen this in a while. Whereas Demon Slayer was inventive and they were like, we're gonna make an arc into a movie. I think what One Piece is doing is so inventive and people aren't getting its credit. And when we do the anime talk end of the year awards, which we're gonna definitely have you at, because I think you should be there with Krista. One Piece has to win some awards because they're doing something revolutionary where other anime just take the manga and put it on screen. What One Piece has done with Wano is, okay, Oda has given them notes where the manga is something you have to have, but because I couldn't write everything, we all thought that was Luffy. No, it's X Drake. It was X Drake, and they confirmed it. And to see Luffy swinging through, like everything the One Piece anime has been doing, at least from Onigashima onward, has been perfect addition to the anime. And perfect addition to the manga, and you gotta give the anime its credit.
I mean, I was just reading today, I think they said that Oda tries to cram 30 pages of his ideas into 17-page
chapters.
Chapters. So there's context that he can't always put in there.
And the anime's finally doing it, man. I'm shocked. Like, the One Piece anime used to be, and I don't know how you always felt about it, but I always said that the One Piece anime never understood pacing, and it was something I just watched for fights, whereas the manga is where I ingested the story. And now anime fans are eating. Like, it's the best it's ever been.
Yeah, and this isn't a shot at Demon Slayer, but I was going through my Verve app where I watch everything because I think it's a subsidiary of Crunchyroll. So all the
me too. Stuff. I'm a VRV guy.
Yep. So when I was looking at that, I was actually surprised because I didn't know Demon Train was the entire movie is on Verve.
Yeah.
But then they brought out season 2, and I was like, oh wait, this is just Demon Train again, but in episodes.
The new arc starts literally Sunday.
Right. So, it's like I'm not really watching Demon. But
Krista told me they added some necessary stuff to it that they left out of the movie.
Oh, okay. Well then then I will check it out.
They pulled the
literally
One Piece.
Just rehashing the movie in episodes, and I was like,
He said they added some stuff that Gotage couldn't even put in the manga, like just little things.
Okay, well then that gives it its credit.
But it's not as good as One Piece, though. I'll say that it's not like
One Piece went to movie quality, and they're figuring out a way to give that to us every week, man.
And that's why Dragon Ball Super is not coming back till Wano's over. There's no way it does.
No question.
Because they can't animate all that shit. Like everything else that Toei is putting out right now, you can tell the quality is dipped on everything. Like some of that other shit looks like, whoa, bro, I wouldn't watch that. But that's because of how much effort that they realize what they have in One Piece.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have anime like Demon Slayer and JJK that are, phenomenal animation-wise. So that's putting pressure. I don't know if this is true, but I heard Bleach might be with Ufotable.
Yeah, so I think they might. It's either them or Mappa. That's what I heard.
That's like they're not like people not playing around no more.
And Toei has to step up. Yeah, 100%. Because Bones didn't like the response they got for season 5 of My Hero, but that's their own fault. And now season 6, they're putting everything into it. So One Piece has to be. And also, I think One Piece's numbers have gone up in the West due to how good the anime has been.
Yep.
The West numbers have always been low for One Piece, but now they're catching up to things like My Hero, JJK, which has never happened before. So I attribute that to how good the anime is.
Absolutely.
So just want to give some shine to the anime, but let's get into the review. The way this works is I give a brief summary of just what's going on, and then Christian and I go through point by point, and we just break down, theorize, give our thoughts on what goes on in the chapter. So this is chapter 1034, Sanji versus Queen. It starts off with a cover story that I think Oda 100% gave homage to Demon Slayer, because if you look at the swordsmith mat, that's what I want to bring up.
Too.
Yep, it was awesome. So that's the cover story. We'll talk a little bit more about it in a little bit. But the chapter starts off with we're seeing the geisha. Her name is Osume that we assume that Sanji beat up, and she's running. We then get a flash to Momo. Momo's like, well, I can't make these clouds, but I'm a dragon, and I can kind of move Kaido's clouds. So we're gonna move this away. This is a good plan by Momo. We'll talk about that last because the Sanji stuff's more. Well, actually, no, we'll talk about that first just to get that out the way. And then after that, we go into Sanji versus Queen, just like King versus Zoro. The whole chapter is Sanji versus Queen. We're seeing Queen's different movesets. Sanji's getting his butt whooped, and then all of a sudden he takes a stand. He finds out that he didn't hit the girl, and then boy, Sanji goes off like you would expect a knight to do when he finds out about chivalry. He unleashes new moves and he fights Queen for the rest of the chapter. And that's pretty much the summary. Everything else we'll talk about inside the fight. Now, let's start off in the beginning. Bro, that cover page, I like seeing the swordsmith. That was hard. Queen. And I know you like, he got a gun.
Like, look, I love the uniqueness of having Usopp using, the slingshot. Especially with the fact that he has unique ammunition. I love it. But at the same time, since he's a pirate, I at least want him to have a gun on his holster.
If Zoro can get new swords, if Sanji can get new forms and upgrades, a slingshot is good. But like, how do you upgrade from a slingshot? You give him a gun.
I mean, I just like at some point, we all know that.
Unless the only way you don't give him a gun, and not to cut you off, is if you give Usopp armament hockey and he can hockey up his fucking slingshot. But I doubt Oda's going to do that. So if you can't do that, you have to give him power elsewhere. And that has to be with a gun.
Well, I mean, I do feel like at some point he might tap into armament hockey just because I can't see Usopp
the series
to affect Logia at some point. True. Like he has to be able to affect anyone. But at the same time, like I know that Usopp and his father aren't going to like kill each other when they compete. But it's like, a gun's already gonna like accelerate ammunition way faster than a slingshot. So
I just thought of something which would be cool if Izo sees that Usopp's like the shooter and Izo's about to die, or maybe not die, and he's about to finish. Like maybe he's retiring. What if Izo's like, here, Straw Hat Usopp, I want to give you my 2 pistols to move forward because you're gonna need them. I think that would be dope.
I never even thought about. I'm glad you came up with that because I think
like randomly just thought of that.
That works perfectly because all the scabbards came here to die. They all came to die.
And Marco's retiring. Like, if y'all all are retiring, this is your parting gift to the Straw Hat. Since like Marco helped by fighting, you helped by giving your
dead. Odin's dead. Izo literally. I mean,
he can live. He can live with his sister. Yeah, his sister.
I mean, she's a woman at heart. So she's fucked up. So, I mean, he's probably just going to take care of Kiku.
And stay in Wano.
Still alive.
Yep. So why do you need those pistols? Give them to Usopp.
You really don't.
That's my theory. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
I like that.
So let's start off with Momo. Let's just get Momo out the way. Do you like that he's moving Kaido's flame clouds? I think that's smart.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's smart. I think it's way better than trying to
make your own.
Advance Momo to Kaido's level already. He is a dragon. Not only is he a dragon, he's specifically a dragon based off of Kaido's dragon. Like Vegapunk tried to literally copy and paste it. So it makes perfect sense that Momo should be able to affect the dragon effects that have already been put in play. So it makes sense. I will say this, just because for a while I was saying, okay, well, the flower capital and Onigashima being there, it's a little off for my theories about ZKK. So the fact that Momo is able to halt it for a moment still kind of gives me that opinion. I
just don't know if it's gonna how they're gonna and this is not about ZKK. This is about this is about in general. I don't know how the flower capital is gonna see Onigashima, and I don't know where it can fall. Like, it's gonna fall in water. That would be an interesting way if Luffy knocks out Kaido to literally finish him by letting it fall in the water and he's trapped into an ocean prison. That'd be a very interesting way. But I'm just interested to see, where does it fall? Because I don't believe Momo can bring it back to be in an island.
No.
But if he just lets it fall in the ocean, I think that's a smart plan and takes out a lot of devil fruit users.
Yep, I think so too.
Especially since everything's burning. Like you're crumbling everything. Everything's burning. So there's no way for it to stand. You drop that in the ocean. That takes care of all the smile users. That takes care. That's my theory. That's the theory right now we're running with. So unless you think of something better, because I just don't know where it falls.
I've never really known where it falls, but I know that the moment that it's over the flower capital and everyone can see it is supposed to be a big moment, regardless of what goes down.
Yeah.
So
now the other theory that I just don't like is Rubber World. I don't like Rubber World. I don't like the Luffy awakens at the final moment. Like I feel like Luffy shouldn't awaken until the next arc. Like giving him, I think by giving Sanji his, which we'll talk about, all of his upgrades mixed with his armament. I think by giving Zoro his Conqueror's control to a certain extent, and then giving Luffy 100% Conqueror attacks. I think that's perfect power-ups for all three, and to put them Yonko Commander 1, Yonko Commander 2. I think by giving Luffy an awakening, it disbalances how they're 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it's too much.
No, I mean, if we're really being fair here, Luffy should still be mastering Future Sight from Whole Cake anyway. So he's dealing with Future Sight,
Rio,
and Advanced Conqueror coding. That's enough for him to focus on in a singular battle. Awakening, just because Law and Kid did it, no.
Yeah, and I feel like he only gave that to make them kind of comparable to Luffy. And I still believe a gear's coming, whether that's a gear augmentation of 4 or gear 5. You can't do that and do awakening. That's too much.
No, especially when you have the notion of coding. So if Gear 4 already seems like an armament hockey coding type thing.
And the fact that you're coding with Conquerors and Rio, that already changes whatever gear he's going to use. So we have to get either an augmentation or a new one.
Exactly.
Because that's why we didn't see Snake Man.
That's it. And personally, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be an
just another like animalistic scenario, because to me, Tank Man is just a defensive thing, but it's really just a bloated Bound Man, right?
And Bound Man's base.
That's the base. Snake Man is his speed scenario. So it's like, okay, Conqueror's coding could be like Lion Man or whatever.
Tiger Man, The
whole Sun Wukong
Sun
scenario.
Wukong Man, the monkey god.
Flip into different animals.
And honestly, I think it might be Monkey God, because if you look at it, and I don't know who said this first. I might have saw it on Twitter, but whoever it is, I'm sorry if I'm not giving you credit, because this isn't an original idea. But if you look at every time someone uses a Conqueror's hockey attack, it's Ragnarok, it's divine, it's godly. So when Luffy does his, Sun Wukong is right there with the Monkey God attack. So I truly think it's going to be Gear 4 Sun Wukong or Gear 4 Monkey, whatever.
Yeah, and we already have all the elements, because if you count Nami, you've got the Nimbus and the staff. So Sun Wukong's already there, and it makes sense if Luffy wants to ever ride Zeus. He's made of rubber, so Zeus can just use his electricity at will. It's not a problem.
But that's enough, Momo and whatnot. Let's jump straight into Sanji. So, bro, I love the fact that Sanji is fighting, and you brought this up to me, and I think this is a perfect thing which you brought up. Sanji is fighting the ultimate Germa warrior. I think this is crazy, from Whole Cake dealing with his family and concluding that arc by making him fight not his brothers and not his father, but an evil fucker that embodies everything about his brothers and fathers that he just fucking hates.
Right. I mean, down to a T, because when you deal with Whole Cake Island, we knew that was the year of Sanji. And
it makes sense now.
I was so like, where's the resolution? Because Sanji doubts himself. I was very hard on him, because
he still hates himself.
He was there with Robin during Innie's lobby. So he knows sacrificing yourself. Luffy and their Straw Hats aren't going to let you do that, which means they were going to show up at Whole Cake. You already knew that was the wrong decision to make, but you still made it. You still doubted yourself. You still attacked Luffy. You in my opinion, could have already beaten his brothers and his father, but you stagnated when you saw the human shields. You allowed your brothers to gang up on you, even though you beat the crap out of Yonji.
You allowed them to be you allowed yourself to be manipulated and captured with the bracelets, when you damn well could have beat your brothers from the jump and not have to deal with that.
So it's like, where was the resolution? I mean, you get the raid suit, and then you're like, oh, I'm never going to use this. And then in Wano, you start using it. So it's like, where was it? So then you get, okay, he didn't beat his brothers, but now he gets to beat his brothers.
Yep.
At the same time,
he gets to beat his dad too,
because Queen was working with Judge, and I never expected this, but this is literally Vinsmoke Queen.
This is beautiful. Yeah,
it's beautiful. I loved the fact that Oda, and I'm kind of jumping forward. Oh, no, we can. But I'm going to be,
because this is just a fight. We're going to go through each part of it, but we can. I wanted to tackle Queen first, and then we can get into Sanji. So go ahead.
But so it's like, I love the fact that Oda kind of retroactively made Queen look a little bit better, because Queen straight up says at some point, like, "Oh, I was just feigning ignorant. I was acting stupid earlier, but I can also be self-black." Like,
yep.
Now
it just showed about how that what Chopper did was just jokes. Like, Queen is sadistic. Right. He's just as much of a sadist as King, right. And they just love fucking with people. But this is interesting because I think it's either one or two things. Either Queen saw what Judge did when they were working on Mads and was like, "I'm gonna make the same thing but make it better," or, which I really hope it is, I hope this is what it is. This is the second theory, is that Judge tested everything that he was going to do on Niji and all of them on Queen, and Queen has the original prototypes of these things, and by putting it on Queen, he then learned how to do it genetically and build it up. Like, Queen is enhanced. He's not a genetic engineered person. He's an enhanced version, and that was a way for Judge to figure out his techniques to make it official with the kids. I pray it's that.
I don't know.
Only you ain't rocking with that?
I like that idea, but I think that's actually countered by what Queen says here.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Like, I think he says something like, anything Judge could do, I
could do better. So it is something where he saw his notes probably and copied them.
Right. But it's still interesting because it actually went over my head when I saw Queen's dinosaur form begin to break apart mechanically like Yonji. Like, I saw the similarities, but it never crossed my mind
that he has all of them.
Yonji's abilities here.
Same.
And I realized immediately when I saw him using the sparking thing from his eyes, like, wait, is that Ichiji?
Sparking Valkyrie. He just called it Sparkling Queen.
Like, holy shit, this dude's really pulling out all the Vinsmoke shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, this makes sense. Because we're now finally getting what we didn't get in Whole Cake Island. We get, not only is Sanji saying, okay, I am strong in my conviction now. I don't doubt myself. I do feel confident. But we also get, okay, this is Sanji versus his past. And he is going to put him down. And it's more impressive because, again, to talk about, correlations. We all remember when Katakuri effortlessly took out Ichiji. I mean, he just grabbed his fist, kneed him in the stomach, and Ichiji was knocked out. So it's like Sanji beating his brothers isn't as impressive as Sanji beating the composite Vinsmoke, who has everything outside of possibly Reiju, because we haven't seen anything from Reiju's skill set.
But I'll say it's funny because I think it's in there, but it's not like I like excreted out of my body. Because think about who Queen is. He's Queen the Plague. Oh, not the Plague. He's Queen. No, he is Queen the Plague.
Yeah, he's the Plague.
And he makes poison. So instead of excreting poison, he has everything. He makes poisons. That's the Reiju, and he does everything else.
Right. That's a very good point.
So it's there, but he uses Sparking Queen. He uses Henry Blazer, which is the lightning.
Well, and Henry Queen.
Oh, right? Henry Queen, yeah, but
everything's Queen.
Yeah, and then he uses Witch or Wrench Queen or whatever.
Yeah,
which is the Yonji attack. So badass, man. And I love how each time he hits Sanji with one of these moves, Sanji keeps getting knocked down. Sanji keeps getting knocked down and has to step up, similar to how King's knocking down Zoro. And Sanji's like, I gotta figure this out. I gotta do it. And boy, does he figure it out.
Yep. And quick sidebar here. Again, we were talking about this via text. I love the fact that specifically Oda shows all three, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, getting knocked down in similar formats. Granted, Luffy knocked off the entire island.
He got it the worst, but he's the MC.
Yeah. If he would have hit the ground, all three of them would have hit the ground head first with their feet up. So I found that hilarious. And then when they get back up, they pull out more strength. When Luffy gets back to the rooftop, he's now using advanced conquerors, sorry. Zoro gets back up. He starts questioning, what do I need to do to tame Enma? Advanced conquerors. Sanji gets back up. He's like, okay, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Pulls out this great new move set.
But even before then, pulls out the speed blitz.
And that
we about to get to that. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get to that. But this is great for a whole lot of reasons, especially when we get to Wrench Queen, because again, as you alluded to before, this is where I kind of want to talk about Sanji in the New World versus the pre-time skip.
Let's
so we all know
because we already covered the first part of the battles. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's just them fighting. So like, this is the interesting stuff. So go ahead.
So it's like, all right, so we get into the New World, and this is my thing. We look at how the original monster trio got trained over the time skip, and I got this feeling like it's like Sanji only really came out with Skywalk. Like, if you really think about it, Sanji already used Hell Memories in Thriller Bark against Absalom. He already erupted into flames. So it's like, did he really learn Hell Memories? And like, that would have been a Hell Memory for him, seeing Nami get married to Absalom. So it's like, he kind of already had that. He comes out of in the New World, and it's like, well, really, the only attack that I really remember from Sanji doing is that speed kick thing where he just throws a bunch of fireballs while he's floating.
And that's the same thing he's always been doing.
And he's been doing that the entire New World, whether it's Dopamine, Watasume, and Fishman Island. It's just that. So it's like, what's going on here?
He was a gag character for a little bit.
He was a gag character. You have the Punk Hazard scene
which upsets me the most. Like, when he broke his leg on Virgo, I was like, bro, what did you do for 2 years? Like, how is Luffy and Zoro this strong, and you're supposed to be the third member, and you're breaking your leg on Virgo?
Right. It just didn't make sense.
Yep.
So it's like, what's going on here? So it felt like Sanji was held back. And so again, kind of jumping forward just a little bit.
No, go ahead.
We don't
have to do this Sanji, one page by page, because it's more so big ideas.
Yeah. So when we get to, I'm gonna kind of skip over the woman thing before we come back.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
We're coming straight into the scene where Sanji starts to use Ifrit Jambe, right? So Hell Memories is what I thought this was going to be. Or I should say Ifrit is what I thought Hell Memories was going to be.
Oh, wait, let's wait on Ifrit, because I thought you were going to talk about the breaking. I thought you were going to talk about the breaking arm.
Well, all right. No. Well, I can. So I'm jumping a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to save that a little bit.
Save some of Ifrit, but you can bring it up, because I want to dive deep into Ifrit in a little bit, because I think the woman's necessary for that. But go ahead and finish your point.
No, it definitely is. So we're actually, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna let you make your point, and then I'm gonna piggyback off of that. But instead of continuing that thread, this is where Queen to me is fucking hilarious. Okay, Queen is a big bitch. Bro.
Yeah, he is, bro.
This dude's talking about, I can use Stealth Black, and Oda shows the floorboards creaking under him. Like, it's not a surprise where
because he's fat.
It's like, you're not stealthy, though. Like, yeah, you're invisible, but nobody is surprised where you are. So it's like, that shit was hilarious to me. So it's just cool.
No, that's hilarious. But I love the moment that we talked about on text where Queen gets his arm broken. This is the first time we see Queen take damage. And I love how Sanji was like, bro, you've been fighting this whole time just like me. You're taking damage, and I know you're getting weaker. And Queen's like, oh, fuck you brat.
Right. And like I said, this makes a lot of sense to me, because for Sanji to finally be able to break Queen's arm in one kick, reminds me again of the Virgo scenario and that one door in Punk Hazard that he couldn't break. So it's like,
oh yeah, Sanji, you sent me that picture where it was just a dent. Yeah.
Right. So Sanji has been limited in his output, and that's the point I want you to hold on to, that I'm going to build onto later. But it's obvious that something was holding Sanji back. And so that's all I'm going to say at this point.
And I think he's cleared of that now. And
he's definitely cleared.
And you sent me a text that I'm going to let you say to the point of that people we're on eyebrow watch, and that's all I'm going to say.
Right.
Now
the last point before we get into the female, though, is
go ahead.
I've been waiting on this since Whole Cake Island when he saved Chiffon. So it's like, this dude says, all right, you can go invisible too, but you're not
I'm gonna go invisible. Yeah.
You're not fast like me, bro. This dude disappears.
So fast that he's invisible. Yep.
Let's think about some of the fastest people. Like, we know Luffy and Zoro are both fast.
He got him now. Finally, I can say that with confidence.
Right.
Like, Sanji is top speed in the verse now.
Speed.
Like, when you look at it, Zoro is top strength. Like, in terms of like strength and like being able to cut down. Like, I'd say Zoro's stronger than Luffy at this point. Like 100%. Zoro is the epitome of strength. Luffy, I would say Luffy's thing is conquers, like willpower. I'd say willpower is his. Zoro is strength / durability, and Sanji's speed, and it's finally here.
Right. And to that end, you know, it's like Zoro can be fast, but in my opinion, he's fast linearly, meaning like Chi Son's fast. He can
straight, it's
a straight line.
Yep.
Here, Sanji disappears, and this is where the anime I know is going to build up on it.
It's
not just here for a second. Literally, Queen gets to a point where he's like Queen's
eyes pop out of his head because how shocked he is. Like,
he's like, I can't keep up with you, but I'll be able to keep up with you
when you come back. Stamina,
you run out. So it's like Sanji's moving around all kind of directions right now. Queen has no idea where he is. So this isn't just linear movement.
No, this is just everywhere.
This makes me think like this is Kizaru back at Sabri Archipelago.
And you remember that conversation we had a couple weeks ago about how you think Zoro's going to fight Kizaru? Well, now, if Sanji wants to, he can do it because of speed.
Well, I mean, at this point, the way I feel about it, it's going to be very similar to the fact that Sanji fought King. Like, I have no doubt that Sanji's going to
clash with Kizaru. Yeah.
I still feel like it's going to be Zoro for the same reason. I think that in a lot of ways, Zoro is, and I'm not trying to turn this into a Zoro debate or anything.
No, not. We know that.
But we're saying like Zoro has portrayal equal with like Sanji, or they look to be doing some stuff, and then he also has portrayal with Luffy. So he's somewhere in between the two, right?
Yep.
So Zoro's supposed to be fighting Shiryu, who can turn invisible, and he's supposed to be fighting, you know, in my opinion, Kizaru, who's going to be the speed blitzing, you know, character. So you have these two elements of what Sanji can currently do.
Makes sense, true.
And I feel like maybe Sanji will be facing off with Fujitora in the future, or Green Bull, to kind of reference
Zoro,
Queen breaking his sword on Sanji. So you get that kind of duality.
So let's fight a real swordsman who has a sword that you can't break.
Right. Just
that would be. I like your idea, and that's the idea that I stand behind. But I'm just saying, if it's Kizaru, now he's fast enough for it.
It makes sense.
Yep.
You know, so I absolutely love the fact that it came back.
I'm so happy, my guys. This is one of the fastest in One Piece. Like, I'm so happy.
This is his thing. It's time.
Yeah, it is.
It's his thing.
Now it finally feels like legitimately, and I know we've been saying this, that the Straw Hats are Pirate King's crew, but now it's really feeling that way with Zoro being right there for best swordsman, literally, and like most strong durability and strength attack. And then with Sanji being the fastest in the verse, it's like the Pirate King's wings are so fucking good. It's insane.
And then you also have hold on, what was this point? Wait, shit, I already forgot. It's gonna come back.
It's gonna come back. But this disappearance stuff was great, and then we get to the lady, which we find out that Sanji never hit her, which I think is brilliant. And we find out that it was Queen. Queen was probably doing it invisible, and that's why she thought it was Sanji, which I can rock with it. It makes a lot of sense. And the fact that, and I think something that's even cooler is the fact is she's trying to save a mouse. And remember when Sanji was a kid, his best friend that he cooked for was a mouse, and his dad was like, "Don't feed that mouse, you fucking idiot." Like, what a connection.
I didn't even catch that.
What a freaking connection, man. You know I'm a Sanji stan, so that's
right.
That's why I caught that. But that's why even more so I think what made him mad was he sees himself in that girl.
All right. I just remembered what I was going to say. So this chapter gave me also what I've needed for Sanji, because again, we understand the staples of where the Straw Hats kind of rank. So we know that Sanji's supposed to be number 3.
Yep.
The way I felt was based on what was shown, not understanding, the archetypes, but based on what was actually shown. The moment that Jinbei joined the crew, I was like, yo, the dynamic has changed.
Say
On paper, Jinbei was stronger than Sanji. Now, I'm looking at this, and I said this before, it wasn't going to be long for Sanji to surpass Jinbei because Jinbei's already essentially at his end of series power. He might get a little bit stronger, but this is where I'm saying, oh, Sanji could beat Jinbei with ease now.
Let's fucking go!
Without, like,
and this shows me that Sanji should have been a supernova, but his head wasn't in the game. He wasn't ready to be fully invested in his dream. Right. And today, Christian, my man, he is 100% invested in his dream and is 100% confident and finally has the willpower in him to be like, I'm not going to be defeated. And I think that goes to your point about how we're on eyebrow watch. So if you want to say it, you can say it now.
Yeah. So, you know, when we deal with that, I finally feel like we know Luffy became a billion berry bounty man after he beat Katakuri. Mm-hmm. When Zoro and Sanji defeat, you know, these commanders, they're going to be billion berry bounty people. And it feels that way. So when we deal with Sanji here, this is a moment where Sanji, you know, I don't know if he's aware that his eyebrow curled the opposite way, but that was pointing out that Sanji was becoming more cold-hearted or maybe more Vinsmoke-like. And so we know that I think all the Vinsmokes, they swirl counterclockwise or clockwise. I don't remember at the top. So Sanji's eyebrows also swirl in the same direction. This chapter, even though Oda doesn't show both of them, he shows enough of the opposite
that it's going both ways
to know that both of his eyebrows are not going the same way.
And he did it on purpose to show all of his brothers, they both go this way, whereas one of Sanji's goes this way, one goes this way.
The other way, which shows us that this is Sanji having all of the perks of the Vinsmokes,
accepting it,
still retaining who he is. So in my opinion, his eyebrows will never change again. They're set.
And this is the line that really sinks in that Sanji 100% is a changed person. He goes, the difference is I found my resolve and accepted my fate. I'm not the same man you saw on the live floor. I am changed.
And that's what I was saying earlier. This is the ending of the Whole Cake Island scenario. This is people, in my opinion, myself included, were probably expecting something like this to happen in Whole Cake Island.
He wasn't ready.
It didn't happen. So it's Whole Cake Island to Queen is Sanji's character arc. This is the culmination of it.
And it makes sense because it's all, and I think it starts before Whole Cake. You got to say it starts at Zo. Or even, you could say it starts at Dressrosa. No, actually, no. Let's start it at Punk Hazard when he breaks his leg. You started at Punk Hazard and you ended here because it's the Four Emperor Saga. And it takes place through all of that. Each Straw Hat has something that starts in Punk Hazard and it's going to culminate in Wano. Even Zoro, with whether you believe in ZKK or whether you think that King's the dragon, but it starts off in Punk Hazard with him slicing a dragon's head like Ryuma, and is going to end with him slicing a dragon's head. Luffy started with, I am going to take down a Yonko. All of this was building to this. He loses to Big Mom. Everything happens. He's going to take out a Yonko at the end. This is the culmination of from Punk Hazard to Wano, but more specifically with Sanji. It starts at Punk Hazard, skips around a little bit at Dressrosa, skips around a little bit at Zo, but really zeroes in at Whole Cake. And at this moment, it finally culminates with him. Saying that line right there with his two eyebrows going the other way.
And even though that was the best line, I also love the line where he says, "Hurts, huh? Did you think I just let you dominate this fight?" Like, to me, it's like
he never said shit like that before. That's gangsta Sanji.
It's this is up there in my opinion with pre-time skip. Like, thanks, I needed a light. This is Chad Sanji. This is Sanji, as he just said, I'm fully resolved. I'm fully focused. I'm right here. I'm
a monster now. I'm back in the monster.
I'm a monster. You will put respect on my name because I'm here. So when I got that, I was like, yo, this is real. This is what I've been waiting on. So I absolutely love that. So we get into what's the girl's name?
I'm gonna scroll up all the way to the top because it's at the top. Hold on. I'm gonna give me one. Osume.
Yeah. So she looks like the girl who got hurt in the Whole Cake by EG, I believe. So
and she has that mouse thing, like both of those, like it just
It's just it's beautiful. You know, we see that Queen is a bastard. You know, he loved Komurasaki. Now he loves this chick, and he's beating on her because she's not
beating her ass. Like, what, you pussy?
Like,
yeah, bro.
And then you did it while invisible.
Yeah, like, just to make it seem like Sanji did it. That makes you even more so of a bitch. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
But that's beautiful writing by Oda. Like, making him invisible. That's awesome.
Beautiful.
And it makes it to where, like, if you look at it, Queen goes invisible, and this is so smart, and it goes back to how Queen and King are sadistic, because you see that this guy is going through eternal turmoil because he doesn't know what's going on with his body, and he thinks that he's just blacking out, and it makes so much sense to drive this person crazy and make him have an anxiety attack.
To tie that back to the anime again, I love how they do this. Remember what Queen told to Drake: "I will torment you psychologically."
Yeah. You're so right.
Like, we know Queen can torment you physically, but
he did it to Chopper too, by letting Chopper punch out his teeth and then be like, "Ha, gotcha. Now you gonna die."
Right.
That's awesome, man.
That was great. I'm gonna let you take over from this part.
For anyone who says Wano is not good, for just these little things makes Wano absolutely impeccable, and it shows why One Piece is the best thing in Jump. Like, wow, bro, wow. Yep. So after the girl and everything, Sanji figures out, wait, I didn't do this? Cool. I now know I have 100% confidence in myself. I have more tools at my disposal now too, Queen. You're about to get fucked up. He then goes into it. A sturdy exoskeleton, enhanced strength, super speed. I'll make use of them all. If I pair the exoskeleton protection with my armament hockey training, my legs should be able to stand flames much hotter than before. Incoming, fuck Diable Jambe. We're going Ifrit Jambe. Okay, so for those that don't know, you know more than me. What does Ifrit mean? And where does that come from?
Well, it's a reference to
the video games, huh?
It is, but there's also lore.
Okay.
The Muslim
demon
religion. So he is one of the like deities of hell. Literally.
Okay.
And so I'm not sure exactly.
Oh yeah, he is. Okay, look, I got you. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah.
So Ifrit in Islamic mythology and folklore is a class of a powerful, malevolent super being. The exact meaning of term of Ifrit in the earliest sources is difficult to determine, but it does not occur in pre-Islamic poetry, and it's used in the Quran. The phrase is the Ifrit of the jinn, where it seems to designate a rebellious member of the jinn, i.e. Sanji, the rebellious member of the Vinsmoke. Right. And basically, Ifrit is rebellious beings that deal with their winged creatures. Sanji can fly. Of smoke, Sanji has fire, and Vinsmoke, exactly. They have king lineage and kingly stuff, Mr. Prince. And basically, while ordinary weapons and forces have no power over them, exoskeleton, thing breaking, basically humans can kill them using magic or extra powers, devil fruits. And basically they're described as people that either are of an Ifrit may be either a believer or an unbeliever of good or evil, i.e. the other Ifrits are evil. Sanji is the good Ifrit. So everything that an Ifrit is a Vinsmoke. Oda's the man, bro. Oda's the fucking man. That's crazy. I did not know that. That's awesome. And basically, they're fire demons, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, actually, some Ifrits can control lightning. Some can control. So they're basically the Vinsmokes.
And this, I'm not gonna get to the ending yet, but for those who watch, Avatar, we all know that lightning is a delineation of fire.
Fire. Yep.
One of the highest forms of fire.
The strongest. Yep.
So it's all there. It's all coming together.
And so he uses Ifrit. He combines it with his exoskeleton. He says, "It was you that hit her, Queen. You're nothing but trash." And says, "You know what? I'm about to go in," and does a barrage of attacks from Collier, where he strikes him on the head. He then hits him with oh, my shit just refreshed. Hold on, let me go all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, I keep refreshing.
Yeah, because we're on the unofficial right now, so we got to deal with all these fucking refreshers. He hits him with Collier. He then hits him with base Kote Palurone, where he hits him in the neck. He hits him with a jumbo beef tech, which is awesome. A tenderoni flanchette, qui pore Jarrett, and then he finishes it off with a both burst, which has not only the ultimate fire, but has some lightning coming off. Now, I know some people are going to say Conqueror's incoming. It's not that to me. To me, it's either what Christian was just talking about, how it's electricity, a delineation of fire. But what I really, truly think it is we've said for months that we think Sanji can use all of his brother's powers. The exoskeleton from Yonji. I think this lightning comes from Ichiji or Niji. And then we're going to see something where Sanji uses something that comes from Ichiji, whether that's going to be in the next chapter where he uses eye beams or whatever it is. He's going to use something. But this lightning to me comes straight from his other brother. And I truly believe that not only that, but the Lunarian side of him was showing, because Sanji made some of his kicks explode.
Right.
And that's straight up Lunarian DNA.
So this is where I wanted to piggyback off of that. So in my opinion, I was saying before that I was hoping that Hell Memories would be the upgraded version of Diable Jambe.
This is it, baby.
I think that Hell Memories is still
just an attack. Yeah.
So Ifrit is the new category that says I'm taking everything to a higher level.
Yep.
So this is, gear.
This is his gear 4th. Yeah.
To pistol, or gear 4, cone gun being, I guess, the jet pistol version, whatever. So this is his new tier. On top of that,
and it makes it to where Hell's Memories is an attack, where Diable Jambe is the form, and now Ifrit is the new form.
Right. And so this is where I say, okay, we can actually retroactively look at the training that the 3 monster trios went through. So this is the reason why Sanji's been so frustrated. This is the reason why
because he wasn't strong enough.
Right. So this is like, we all know in anime, characters can come up with new names for their attacks on the spot. But the way that I interpreted this was that Sanji, over the time skip, realized that he could burn hotter, but it was causing damage to himself.
His body,
I have potential that I can't tap into because
I just don't know how to get it. Yeah, because my body will break. Yeah.
Right. So this whole time he's been struggling
with that.
He can't pull it out.
And he feels useless to his king. And oh, bro, everything. Right. That's a beautiful point, because now it shows everything that Sanji went through, where he was down on himself, is because he felt he wasn't strong enough for his crew. Right.
And this is where I'm not trying to give credit to Judge, but it's possible that Judge realized this when he was fighting Sanji, where he was like, Sanji, like, you're impressive, but you're not able to bring it out. There's something that there's still
stuff there. Yeah.
Even though he overwrote Sanji's DNA essentially without his permission, it's almost like I kind of want to give Judge credit and say something's still holding you back. You need to be advanced so that you can actually pull it out. So this is where a lot of people may look at this as, oh, Sanji got 2 power-ups back to back.
No.
In my opinion, not really. The raid suit was supposed to be his power from the previous arc. So really, it's like he just now used it because of his own indecisiveness.
See, I won't even say, I like what you said last review about how the raid suit was his power-up for Whole Cake. It was an object that he got. And now this is everything that was with raid suit Sanji is now base, and this is like his real.
That's what I'm saying. Just that he tapped into it in Wano, so it looks like 2 power-ups back to back, but really, raid suit Sanji was supposed to occur in Whole Cake Island. Sanji then is supposed to come into Wano with
the powers. Yeah, exactly.
So this is actually Sanji saying, "Okay, I can now power myself up." So similar to what I interpreted Zoro saying, where last chapter he says, okay, I wasn't measuring up to,
Enma status. Yeah.
This is my full potential. Let me actually tap into it. This is Sanji. He used the raid suit late. So now it's like, okay, I now have the ability to actually pull out my full potential. So in reality, the way I look at it is raid suit Sanji became base Sanji. Now base Sanji is powering up. So that, and he's powering himself up.
Yep.
It's not a power up from some other.
It's not like Zeus. It's legit.
This is what Sanji's been able to do. Yep. It's just his body was too frail to handle it before. So this makes to me a lot of sense. And then on top of that, like I was saying earlier, it just kind of felt like Sanji was using Skywalk and was just throwing, random fireballs from his feet. Now he finally brought back that same type of combination that we haven't seen in forever. I went back and watched, Arlong Park, where Sanji was pulling out combo after combo after combo against that. And it's like, when's the last time that we actually saw Sanji pull out these names?
Forever. Strikes? And wait, let me ask you a question. Do you remember every time Sanji used Diable Jambe before? Wasn't it just one foot always lit up? It was never both. This he has two now. Both of them are lit up.
In Whole Cake, when he was doing, like, he could light up both feet. Like, if you remember that one scene where he was standing over his family, both of his legs were in flames. So we knew that he could do it with both legs,
but not this. And it makes sense because when he would attack, like, he could do it standing, but like you said, it takes too much damage on his body to always keep it up. Now he can just be Fireman.
Right.
Sanji's basically a Logia now, essentially.
I mean, basically.
Except instead of things going through him because of fire, they bounce off because he has an exoskeleton.
Right.
Which is nuts.
I thought that was excellent. To your point, obviously this both burst, or however you pronounce it, is not only just flames and lightning, but it's also an explosion.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's giving me King vibes.
Lunarian.
So
there's Lunarian stuff all throughout this.
It has to be.
It makes sense why you show King and Zoro before, and it makes sense why last chapter you have Sanji just coming in. Wait, what's a Lunarian? This whole time, after he's getting his ass kicked, which I think is necessary, this whole time after that, every attack, if you look at them, has some explosive technique to it. Like, go under when he breaks his arm. When he breaks his arm explodes after at the bottom when he falls on the ground. Like, look at that big pile of smoke by his arm. Like, this is straight up Lunarian shit.
Let's see. So then he...
Like right next to the left of the winch. Like right after it breaks. Look, if you zoom in right here, you see that explosion?
Yeah.
So that's Lunarian shit.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. Like, it's all, I know we've been saying this whole time, but I'm ready to find out what a Lunarian is, because Luffy has one on his crew. Luffy's going to have every race on his crew. Zoro's from Wano, Sanji is a Lunarian, Frankie's a cyborg, Brook is a skeleton, Chopper is an animal. You have Jinbei, who's a fishman. I truly believe Yamato's joining now, being a part of the Oni race, or the ancient giant race. You then have who Hyrudine, who's a giant. You have one of the only long leg people in the dude who has the blue hair with the shit. Luffy's gonna have every part of his crew, and it's crazy. He's had a Lunarian from the jump.
Right.
I believe it now. I'm fully invested in Sanji being a Lunarian.
I am too.
Because if you look at it, he has literally every other race. A Tontada, he has everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
No question.
And that makes me think Yamato's for sure joining. Like, no doubt in my mind.
No question. At all. So this is the other point. So we were talking about what could he get from Ichiji, and this is where I think
that's what I don't know.
This is where I'm going to speculate. So the same kind of fireball attacks that I've been talking about. Where
you think that's from Ichiji?
He's going to get an upgrade where basically, like, those fireballs, they're fast, right? But they're not light speed lasers.
They're gonna be pew 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 pew. Yeah.
So at some point, Sanji's gonna. I mean, we already saw his super speed.
Yeah.
So if Sanji gets up in the air and starts kicking at light speed, his legs are gonna disappear. The fireballs are gonna be condensed, charged with electricity, and they're gonna be more light based, where he's gonna be able to literally hit you with a volley
of lasers, of fire lasers. Yeah.
Fire lasers or something, and he'll probably call it, like some kind of like sparking, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm thinking he's gonna pull out to reference each.
That would be freaking awesome. Also, I think now that he can burn brighter, I pray, Christian, that whenever we see him again, because I think we're gonna go back to Zoro, because I think we're gonna go back to Zoro to figure out a Lunarian for Sanji to figure that out. I hope we get Black Leg. Like, turn his
that's
fire
actually
black.
what I thought at first. Before I realized that last panel was an explosion, I looked at those black spirals and I was like, is that black flames?
Mm-hmm.
But not yet.
It's coming.
But
it's coming.
I do think it's coming.
Yeah.
You know, I was
especially
surprised.
Since they said like his armament training. I'm glad that I feel like it's gonna fuse, man. Like it's gonna be something. And I'm also glad that now we can put to rest, does Sanji have armament? He's been training for it. We knew this the whole time, but now it's awesome.
It's the same thing with like Apu saying that he had it in the last chapter. It's like we knew he had it.
Also,
and you know the anime did already confirm this back when he blocked the bullet.
But also I got you. Wait.
What's up?
Think about this. Another reason why his leg broke against Virgo. He wasn't strong enough will-wise, mentally.
Right.
His willpower wasn't there. That's why his hockey's always been weak, and he's had to use Diablo Jamblin. Now his hockey, I'm not going to say it's Luffy and Zoro level. It's nowhere near that armament, but it's stronger than everybody else out there because now he has his will and he's convicted now. And this just makes Sanji so much better now. His observation should be better. Everything should be better because now he fully believes in himself and has accepted who he is.
I mean, if we're ever gonna, because again, this is the one place I think that Sanji still has to show improvement because we know Luffy is his most proficient is Conqueror's hockey.
Zoro armament,
most proficient in armament. Yet Luffy has future sight.
Sanji's gonna get it now. I think he's gonna get it.
Observation,
now. Yeah.
So what's he gonna? I mean, even Usopp has something that is special in observation
for snipers.
Like the fact that he has sniper vision, so he can zoom in on shit. So
he's gonna get something.
If there's a moment for Sanji to now have his willpower, which is hockey, tap into his special observation, which is where he's at. I don't know what it is yet, but
what if it's spider sense? Like not future, but like spider sense where he can dodge everything due to his speed being so increased.
It's definitely possible. Not only that, but you also have to think about what happens when you have super speed. You always think about the Flash.
You're thinking faster
at light speed. So, you know,
Sanji should just get future sight. It makes sense because now he's thinking so fast that like his observation is moving so fast that he can like. I would love that. Whatever it may be,
it's got to be something.
Yeah,
you know, because otherwise, how is he supposed to process moving as fast?
That fast, yeah, truly.
You know, so it's something. If we're gonna see observation, it's gonna be something.
I'm thinking, is there anything else we missed? I think we covered everything for the most part.
I think we covered everything.
I don't think we missed anything really. Like nope. I'm looking because like only thing I can say we didn't touch as much, even though we touched on it, was when Sanji was getting his ass beat. But I think that was necessary. Like we said with Zoro and Luffy and all of them, these guys are a Yonko's crew. If they're going to beat them, you have to show them getting their ass beat. So when they do beat them, it's now uphill. But I will say this, for everyone who thinks the raid is failing, the Zoro and Sanji chapters are telling me it's not. It's over with.
It's not. No.
Yeah, Kaido and them getting their ass whooped. Now, the question is, what's going to happen with Big Mom? That's the interesting question. What happens with Whole Cake? I still think Law and Kid beat her up enough to where she has to retreat. I don't think she dies. I think she retreats.
Yeah.
And I think my Blackbeard theory is happening. Like, Blackbeard's killing Big Mom.
He's killing Big Mom, or he's already taking her poneglyph in real time, right?
One of the two. Yep, one of the two.
It's something. Katakuri's not in any shape to fend off the entire Blackbeard crew at all.
You think he died? How mad would you be if Katakuri's dead when we get there?
I wouldn't necessarily be mad, but then it would be kind of weird for him to be like, "Hey, Luffy, are you coming back? You know, you're seeing pretty far in the future if he's gone."
I want Big Mom to retreat, Katakuri to be injured. Big Mom dies. Katakuri wakes up. Everything's fucked up. He then contacts Luffy to tell him about Blackbeard, and that's where like he learns about awakening. That would be amazing if that's how Katakuri comes back in the story. To be like, look, I faced Blackbeard. You have to know this.
Right. Exactly.
That would be amazing, man. But that's pretty much everything with the chapter. No chapter next week. So me and Christian will either be doing a theory video or talking about the anime. We might just do a One Piece discussion because we are doing a Discord discussion with all the people soon. So all the people in our Discord. So if you want to join the Discord and be a part of the One Piece conversation, that's happening in 2 weeks. The first one we're doing is a JJK one. We're recording that tonight. Next week, Christian and I will be joined by all the My Hero fans in our Discord to do a My Hero discussion, which I'm fucking ecstatic for. And then the One Piece one will be after that. So if you want to be a part of the One Piece fan Discord discussion, the link to the Discord is in the description to this video. So, but Christian, tell the people where they can follow you at on social media.
Twitter's going to be at Hollinger94. All my other platforms are either Arc Season or Design Season LLC for the graphic content.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow Christian. Check out all of his work. He is absolutely incredibly talented. So y'all go check that out. Like I said, the Discord link is in the description to this video. Join because we got a lot of Discord content coming. We're literally making the Discord the hub for all things bros who think we do trivia nights, we do game nights, we give away money. The Discord's where you want to be. And like I said, the first discussion, we're literally recording it tonight. It's going to be the JJK discussion. Next week's going to be My Hero, and the week after is One Piece. So if you want to be a part of any of those, join the Discord. You can follow me at LynBWT. Follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think on Twitter. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube because, like I said, we got a lot of good content coming. And I'll let y'all know we're not just reviewing One Piece. Me and Christian are literally tackling manga. Me and Christian do anime. Me and Christian do manga. And we're comfortable and satisfied where we're at with the One Piece stuff to where we're taking on a new one, Kaiju number 8. That video will be out either on Sunday or Monday. And we're going to just discuss the series where it's at so far and then start reviewing it chapter by chapter. I'm excited for that.
I am too.
Yeah, I am as well. And once we conquer that, we'll then put Undead Unluck back. We just have to let Undead Unluck build because it's different than all of these. It's a very slow-paced story.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. It's just that things don't happen week to week. Right. They build, and they happen arc by arc. So, but that's pretty much everything we got. Like I said, be sure to tune in for the Kaiju number 8 review or the JJK Discord discussion. All of that will be out by Monday and Tuesday. But make sure y'all follow Christian. Until the next time we talk to y'all, have a good one and peace.
Peace.